Hello everybody and welcome back to another vlog. I am Alexia Nicole and I'm living my life by design. So it's the start of another real estate transaction. I am here at a new home builder. I'm gonna go in and get some information and then I will give you all some details on the client. Let's go. So I'm here looking at the model. It's really cute. Let me show y'all. This is unexpected. I really like that. Oh, this room is adorable. Okay. So, it's a good Legend Homes. It's a good builder. So, I might have to come back tomorrow. And I'll give y'all more details on that later. All right, guys. Welcome back. Say hi to Josh.
What's up, y'all?
So, we are here about to hopefully lock down a lot for his mother. Shout out to Josh for thinking of me. His mother lives in New York. She wanted to buy some property in Houston. Josh was like, hey, I know a flight attendant. She's also a realtor. He's a new flight attendant too. Boom, boom, boom. So yeah, so today, I was here yesterday. I think I mentioned that to y'all. So I came back out today to meet up with Josh so we can narrow down a floor plan that his mother would like. We had her on FaceTime because like I said, she's currently in New York. And we've narrowed one down. So now what we have to do is pick a lot that she wants to either build on or one that they may have already started. So when you are purchasing a brand new home from a new construction builder, whatever you want to call it, you can usually have two options. They either have what they call inventory homes, which are homes that they've already started building and they've already slated out and picked out what things will look like and the colors and the elevation of the home and things of that nature and what size lots they'll be on. Or you can start completely from scratch and say, I want this lot, I want this home, I want the elevation, which the elevation of the home is what the front design looks like. And then of course you get to do all the inside design pickings and all of those things. So we're waiting for the sales guy here. His name is Creed, really nice guy. To come back and we'll look at the map and see which lot we're gonna choose. She's wanting a larger lot because she wants some backyard space. She wants to act like she's where?
In Antigua, on the veranda.
So yeah, so the homes that we did look at, she liked the layouts of some, but those particular ones were on smaller lots. So that's what we're doing now. So that's the update. We are anticipating hopefully a close day of she would be comfortable with May or June. So y'all won't see this for a while, but, or maybe, I don't know what I'll do. We'll see.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Bye. And if you need a plug, a realtor in Houston, or I think the whole Texas as a whole. I'm
licensed in all of Texas.
Go to Alexia. She's super thorough, like especially for her to, you know, for this not to be her only profession, she's super thorough. Like, she communicates very well, very effectively, and my mom is very hard to please. So Alexia is the woman for the job.
Oh, thank you, love.
You're
All right,
welcome.
y'all. I think Creed just got here. So,
Oh,
well, has it already been picked out?
If you want this house, this is the selection.
oh,
Oh. Okay.
gotcha.
Compromise.
Okay, no problem.
I'm gonna buy you a dinner when you get back.
Can I come?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
What did you say, Josh?
He's gonna buy you dinner when you get back.
I missed it, Josh.
He's gonna,
Oh, that's so sweet.
and I'm coming.
So this is the carpet in the bedrooms.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the flooring in the wood areas and just what?
In your
All the foyer throughout.
Throughout.
Okay. Oh yes. And then your granite for
run
your.
upstairs and get the brick color.
Okay. Where was their tile? Oh, the backsplash.
The backsplash. for
The
kitchen?
backsplash.
Okay.
And then the espresso cabinetry. So now he's about to go get the brick for what the outside of the home color is gonna be.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the thing about when they've already started building. They pre-select a lot of this stuff.
Gotcha. No problem.
So it's, to keep just the houses broken up a little bit so it won't be one row of
The same.
the same looking.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that fact that everything's different. Every house doesn't look the same.
Right,
Yeah.
So it feels more like yours.
And so this is the brick that they're using for the outside of the home. All right, y'all, lot has been secured. They got all the building going on right now. So as y'all can see, they're starting the process of some other homes, and then eventually we'll get to hers. And we'll come through during the process and see the updated stages. All right. Hey, y'all, Alexia checking in here. So I think in the last vlog, the one about when I was explaining the FHA 91-day rule, I mentioned that I had another customer that I was working with, and it's been a long period of time. So I'm here to sit down and chit chat and tell y'all about this process. So we're talking about short sales, right? So this client's name is Simone. Hey Simone, she found me on YouTube. Shout out to all of you all that have contacted me. It's always appreciated. So I want to believe Simone contacted me early November, maybe late October. Ready to purchase a home. I mean, October 19th of 2020. Today is January 21st. So long story short, I never even really planned to vlog Simone's process because it takes a lot of work for me to vlog everything, and I just can't. I pick and choose the ones that I do. But here we are. So Simone contacted me. She's ready to buy a house. First time home buyer. So we sent her through the pre-approval process, which was smooth. And then of course we started house hunting. Sorry I don't have any houses to show y'all. I will show you her house at some point in time in this vlog, or maybe later. But our house hunting process did take a while. She was very specific about the price point that she wanted to be in, which is wonderful. She was very also specific about the location where she wanted to be in. She's a teacher. She wanted to be close to, her school, and kind of in the same location that she currently lives in now, all of that stuff. So initially, she had it in her mind that I believe, gosh, when I have to go back sometimes, it takes me a minute to remember. But I believe initially she was looking into new construction homes. There's this great master plan community in Humble, Texas. It's called Balmoral. She kind of had her heart set on that location, and they definitely had things in her price point. but the tax rate over there was high. And I think I've mentioned this a few times. So just a quick rundown. So in Texas, we pay property taxes, right? We don't have state taxes. So our property taxes, you know, have to make up for that basically. So in that particular location that she was looking in, the property taxes over there, I believe, were like 3.5% and higher. I think maybe they had like a 3.2. And so that was just basically, once you do the math and you add your taxes into your loan amount and all of that, it was pushing her over. So long story short, we changed up our criteria where we were looking, and I want to say we probably put in maybe like 2 or even 3 offers on different properties, you know, just one thing or another, and it just wasn't working out. So lo and behold, we run across this property in the neighborhood that she was originally looking for in Balmoral, and it's a short sale property. What a short sale is, it's pretty much very similar to a foreclosure, but it's one step before the bank forecloses on your home. So whoever owned this home could no longer afford their mortgage. So a short sale is when you go to the bank before they foreclose on you and say, hey, I'm having financial hardships, I want to apply for a short sale. So not everyone will qualify for a short sale. You have to go to the bank and prove to them that you're having financial hardships, and they either have to say yay or nay. Now the funny thing about a short sale is, you know, you're like, oh, it's a short sale, like, so it should happen quickly. No, it's completely opposite, y'all. Completely opposite. Because the banks just, you know, they're not in a rush. So all of the documentation, just everything is molasses slow. So when I told Simone, I was like, okay, this is a short sale. Now get mentally prepared for this situation to be long drawn, drug out, in weeks of silence, right? You know, like, I just really wanted to make sure that she understood that, and she did. So we're asking, I believe, 200. Oh wait, I didn't finish telling y'all exactly what a short sale is. My brain, sorry. So you go to the bank, you say, hey, I'm having financial hardships, can I get a short sale? The bank said yes for this. So the bank agrees to sell the property at a lesser amount than what the owner financed, or what they still owe the bank. So the bank looks, they say, okay, if you can sell it for this amount of money, we will satisfy your loan, and then it won't hit your credit as a foreclosure, which if you have a foreclosure on your credit, it may take you years, or you may even have to file for bankruptcy and all kind of other stuff to ever be able to get a mortgage loan in your name, right? So with the short sale, you don't have to go through that. So the bank satisfies the loan, you no longer own the house, and it doesn't hit your credit like that, and that's it. And then you move on and hopefully recoup your life in some type of way. So that's the short sale. So Simone is not the one losing the house. She is buying the property from the person that did the short sale, right? Just to be clear here. Okay. So the home, I believe they were initially asking for $229. Of course, I'm gonna get on the computer here and double check these numbers that I'm telling y'all. I believe it was right around $229. So initially, I believe we offered $220 for the house, and the seller and the listing agent, you know, they were like, okay, we'll take this price, but because it's a short sale and they have to satisfy the bank, anything that they accept, they have to go to the bank and say, hey, can we accept this? Will this satisfy the amount that we owe you? So bank came back and said, no, that's not enough. Well, you know, actually the bank never really came back and said, no, that's not enough. The listing agent the agent that is on the seller side, we call them the listing agent. She came back and said, hey, I've been crunching the numbers and what will satisfy the bank, and we really need like 225. So I was like, okay, 225. So I went back to Simone and told her, and she was like, okay. You know, I honestly think she might have been a little tired of looking, but we, you know, it's a really nice house. So the house is still pretty much brand new. It's hardly lived in. It's in the neighborhood that she wanted. So there's a lot of great benefits, but also, you know, it's a short sale. So she's not going to get any contributions to closing. You know, she'll have to pay for her own home warranty, you know, all of those things that you can usually get a seller to pay for. She's not going to get any of that. So, she was like, okay, I can do 225. So I tell the listing agent, okay, we can do 225. A few weeks later, you know, we're still waiting for communication from the bank to actually send the approval and say, yes, we can do that. Listing agent comes back and says, okay, the bank said 227. That's the final number that they'll accept to satisfy the loan. And at this point, I was just like, okay, that's $7,000 more than what we initially offered. At that price point, Simone could have, you know, picked other houses that we saw because she was trying to stay within a price point, right? So there were all these things to consider. But also we've spent so much time now really just waiting for this communication. I want to say just from the initial offer to the bank just saying yes or getting to a final sales price was almost a month, y'all. Like just 1 month of just getting a yes. Crazy. So the 227, Simone was like, no. I'm like, no. I was like, I'm not mad at your no. I totally get it. I told the listing agent that Simone wasn't willing to pay the 227. So the listing agent comes back to me and says, you know what, hey, we've been doing this for a while, you know, and I really want to get this sold. And, you know I told you originally that they would be good with the 225. So what I'm willing to do is put up some of my commission to make the difference of that $2,000. So when she said that, I was like, okay. And I said, you know what? I'll meet you quarter of the way. I'll give $500. You know, to make the contract work. Because as real estate agents, like, we love our clients. I love y'all. But you don't want this to be a long, drawn out process. You know, like, we're here to make our money and they're here to get their house. So whatever you got to do, you kind of end up doing. So why didn't I go half, you ask? Because I'm not the listing agent. So it's really like it's really the listing agent that is on pins and needles trying to get this property sold and moved on, right? So she is really the one, like, we can take our note and go find another property and not have to deal with the ness of a short sale. So I really didn't feel obligated to give, but because she's one very nice lady, has been super patient with me and my weekly and bi-weekly please give me an update emails and, you know, just all of that, and just even her having to deal with the bank. And yes, you know, it comes with the territory of being a realtor, like it is, but you still just, well, at least me, you know, I'm still just like, oh, I know what you've been dealing with. So I told her, I was like, you know what, okay, I'll contribute $500 and you can do $1,500 because you are the listing agent and it is your house that, you know, you want to get sold. So I went back and I told Simone, I said, hey, the listing agent and I have agreed that, you know, we'll contribute the $2,000. So the sales price of the house will still be $227 to satisfy the bank, but that $2,000 will come from us as cash or whatever. So I felt like that was a lot of explaining. But anyway, so basically that's where we're at. So even that was maybe like, shoot, a week ago, maybe even longer. And I just got an email from the listing agent today that the bank has finally sent the approval letter for the sales price. So now we can move on. I called Simone. I said, hey, we can finally move on. We can get the home inspected. Oh, that's also one thing that I want to tell y'all. So because this is a short sale, that means the home is going to be sold as is. Luckily, the home is in immaculate condition. Like I said, it looks brand new. It was built in 2019. It doesn't even look like anybody ever lived there. I wish I knew the backstory on why this is a short sale, and maybe I'll ask the listing agent later just to see if I can give y'all some tea. But like I was saying, short sales are sold as is. So technically they won't, even when we do the inspection, we won't be able to ask for any repairs or anything of that nature. But we do want to know if there's anything crazy going on beyond what our eyes can see. And Simone will be able to, you know, make the decision whether, you know, she would want to move forward with the house with issues or not. Which I genuinely do not believe that this house has any issues. I love it. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So that's where we're at with Simone. Just got the contract for Miss Marilyn, Josh and Miss Marilyn, the one that y'all saw on the vlog earlier. Just got her contract underway. So she's back in New York. She's a nurse, so she's working. So I'm gonna shoot her a little email or text message to remind her to get the finance portion started for her home purchase. So originally I did get her pre-approved with one of my preferred lenders, but majority of the time, once you decide to go to a new home builder, you're going to use their preferred lender, because when you use their preferred lender, they give incentives, and it's really just hard to beat when, you know, the other lenders can't give money out of their own pocket. And Miss Francis is having to put down 20% for her conventional loan. Well, she wants to put down 20% for one, but she doesn't qualify for any down payment assistance or grants or anything like that because she's not a Texas resident. So just with those factors, she's decided that it'll be best for her to use the lender and to get whatever incentives that they are willing to give. So they're giving up to $7,500 towards closing costs and to pay for the title policy. The home comes with an appliance package, so you get all your appliances. That's if you use their lender or not. That's just an incentive that they have going on, period. They also have some other frontline caretaker, you know, she's a nurse, doctor, them type of things, firefighters. They have another program for that where that's going to get her, I believe, like another $2,000. So we just got to make sure that she gets that application in and we can get the ball rolling. I think I mentioned yesterday, but her home won't be done until June. So it'll be fun just watching the build of it. I'll try to drive by maybe, you know, like twice a month just to kind of let y'all see how that process goes. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. All right, y'all, I pulled up just in time. That's the inspector. He was just getting ready to leave. So this is the outside of the house. This was, I think I told y'all 2019, but it's built in 2018. Let's go on inside, give y'all a quick little tour. All right, so as you come in, you have your 2 secondary bedrooms up front. So the house looks like it still looks so brand new, but it was lived in. You can see, like, on the baseboards, you can see, like, you know, just scuff marks and things of that nature, but nothing detrimental. This is the garage. It's dark in there, but, and the electricity is off because they've been gone so long. Closet. You have, I don't have no light. All right, so you have a full bath right off the hallway here. And then this is your living area, which I love the black countertops. Absolutely loved the black countertops here. And then this backsplash is so cute. So yeah, like I was saying, the owner turned off the utilities so the gas and the water isn't on. So he wasn't able to inspect that. We can have him come back out though and look at it. Oh, the pantry. I always forget. Good size pantry. See, like, if y'all can see that on the wall, like really small indications that someone ever lived in this house. Washer and dryer with some storage space. And then we have the primary bedroom, which is pretty large. That's always nice. It's not too compact in here. Then we have our double sinks, a nice soaking tub, water closet, stand-up shower, and a pretty large walk-in closet. So this is the backyard, has built out covered patio with a ceiling fan and a pretty nice sized yard too. So she has a lot of options out here. Okay, y'all, so I told you we would be getting the inspection report back. Inspection was done yesterday around, he was done with like around 1 p.m. and we just received it this morning. So a good turnaround time on that. It's always something that you want to ask your inspectors, like how quick is their turnaround time on getting you the actual inspection report back? Because remember, when you're doing your inspection, you're on a time crunch. You have a certain amount of days to get your inspections, plural, if you need plural, done and amendments completed. So that's always something that you want to ask the inspectors. Say, hey, how quickly will you give me this report back? If they're like, oh, it's going to take a couple of days, you might want to find somebody else. So I think that I mentioned to y'all that the gas and the water was not on at the property. By the time I found out, the inspector was already on his way out, so it was just kind of a little too late to try to reschedule him. So with that being said, he wasn't able to fully inspect certain things, but what he was able to inspect, there's nothing like super crazy on this report, which is so good, so good. If she wants him to go back out, it would be an additional charge. Usually you can ask the seller to see if they'll pay for that, since the services weren't on, but it's kind of pointless because it's an as-is sale, you know. So it's unfortunate that he went out before they got those things turned back on, because they actually got them turned back on today. So they'll be on for the appraisal, which is good, but they weren't on for the inspection. But the house is still so new. Like I said, it was built in 2018, y'all. So I don't want to say nothing is wrong, but I wouldn't think that there should be any extreme issues with plumbing because it's not an old house. So to me, that's a dang on good house. It's a good house. So just waiting for to talk to Simone, make sure she's comfortable with everything, and if she has any questions, and then just see where we'll go from there. But I'm pretty sure she wants to move forward. So yeah, that's that, y'all. Next, we'll make sure that this house appraises, and I would like to see really how much it appraises for, because like I said, y'all know this is a short sale. So the current owners bought it for maybe I want to say their mortgage was like $235, maybe almost $240, and we're buying it for $227. So it would be nice to see what the equity is on this home. Anyways, I'll give y'all an update then. Bye. All right, hello, good people. Sorry, the lighting is not that great, but we gotta work with what we got. So I just wanted to give y'all a quick update about the loan process for my client that is building the new construction home. So I don't know if I gave the background, I'm sure I did, but just to recap, she currently lives in New York, works in New York, but she's wanting to buy a home here in Houston because once she retires in a few years, she plans to retire here in Houston, Texas. So technically, she's buying this home as like a primary home. Y'all saw her son in the video. He lives here in Houston, so he would also be occupying the house. But the little hurdle that we're not really jumping over right now is with the loan process. You know, either you're buying a primary house or an investment property, right? So she was wanting to do it as a primary home, which means, you know, you have the option to get lower interest rates and you can put down less money and things of that nature. But because right now she cannot prove that, one, she's not a Texas resident, two, she's technically not employed here, and even if she, you know, she's not employed here, her job is not remote. So what the lender is asking for is some type of proof that she's going to be spending, you know, time here in the home as the primary owner. And we don't have a way to prove that right now. So the lender was like, well, you know, you can, what she's asking for, like, you know, are you gonna be working remotely for your job? That would be one thing. You know, do you have 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off? She's a nurse, so, you know, she's trying to figure out her schedule, but at the end of the day, it's not really working out. So she's gonna have to do it as an investment property. Doing it as an investment property is going to make her interest rates go up because you're not gonna get the same interest rate on an investment property that you would on a primary property. So with the interest rate going up, I believe at first they had said, you know, she would have an interest rate about 2.5. Now they're saying if she puts down 20%, which she had already planned on putting down 20 to 25%, so that's not new. If she puts down 20%, they'll give her like a 3.6% interest rate. If she does a 25% down payment, they can give her like a 3.125 or something like that interest rate. But her sweet spot with her mortgage was right about $1,200. You know, that's what she's comfortable spending. And with that interest rate going up like that, it's putting her mortgage into the 1300s now. My hands are kind of tied with this. I'm gonna have to call the sales agent there and just talk to him and, you know, see if there's anything we can do about pricing. Maybe, you know, knocking off a couple of grand off the cost of the house. Another option would be for her to put down even more money, but I know that 25% down was already, you know, at the top of her budget as far as what she was wanting to put down. So we ended the conversation with her telling me that she's gonna have to sleep on it. So we'll see. I mean, the other option also was to use her son on the loan as well, but she doesn't want to do that, and she can rightfully make that decision. So that's where we're at with that. I just wanted to check in and let y'all know how things were going. With Simone in the short sale, things are still moving forward. Her loan is fine. We just got all her conditions approved. We're waiting for the appraisal to come back, and also I believe they had another buyer on this before, so they're waiting for the previous lender to send over some documentation, because Simone called me earlier today, or not called, I was speaking to Simone earlier today, and her lease at her apartment ends on the 17th of this month. Our closing date is set for the 15th, which is a Monday. Simone is a teacher, so she'll be at school. So she was asking if, you know, she could get the keys early and, you know, to be able to just kind of move out on the weekend or whatever. So I emailed the lender to see if we could just close on the 12th, which is the Friday before. And that was their response, that they're just waiting for the appraisal and other documentation to be able to move forward and, you know, get the loan finalized. So we'll see. We shall see how all of that goes. But yeah, that's my real estate update for y'all. Now I need to take off that hat and put on my flight attendant hat and get ready to fly out tomorrow. See y'all later. Hey y'all, welcome to another day of real estate. Let me just update y'all quickly on some things that have been going on. So the last time I think I talked to y'all, we were talking about Miss Francis and her new build and her options of financing. I think that's what we were talking about. Yeah. Because she was wanting to purchase the home. Yeah, right. The lender was trying to get her, the lender was saying that she had to do it as an investment property. So we were working through that hump. We got that all squared away. She went and signed the contract with the preferred lender at the builder. And now we wait for the building process to begin, right? Check that. Now, fast forward to Simone, who we were supposed to be having her closing. We were hoping for today. It was contracted to close this upcoming Monday. This is the one that is the short sale. And we're finally making it to the finish line. Like, we're right there. And just a few things have kind of stalled us to that contracted closing date. So the home had previously went under contract and was at a different title company and so on before we were ever involved with the house. So there was a delay in transferring over the file from one title company to another. So there was a delay in that as to why we weren't able to close today like we were hoping for. The HOA dues, not the dues, sorry, the HOA fees to get documentation had to be paid, and so we paid that, but it's just taking them a long time to get the information over to the title company, which we need. Very small things here and there, really, nothing super major. But one thing did come up. The lender, the processor for the lender called me yesterday. She's like, hey Alexia, everything's good. The file has been approved through underwriting. You know, Mrs. Jarman, she's great, but we just need a few things from you as far as like documentation, because y'all, when you're going through underwriting, just, I think I say this often, but really please just mentally prepare yourself for the amount of times that they're going to ask you for documentation. It may seem like you've already given it to them, but you need more. I.e., we started this process in 2020, so she was only required in the beginning to submit 2 years tax returns, right? 2018 and 2019. But now that we're in a new year, she had to submit her new tax returns. You know, every month that you move forward, they're going to ask for those bank statements. They're going to be all up in your business. So we had to get some things up to date for, you know, the current time period that we're in. And then also on the original contract, like I do for pretty much all homes, pretty much in all contracts, I always ask for the seller to have the home professionally cleaned and yard manicured, right? But this is a short sale, so usually it is pretty much set that with short sales, it's sold as is, meaning they're not going to do anything because clearly they don't have the money to do anything. This seller is going to be walking away with $0. So usually during a regular transaction that's not a short sale or foreclosure, usually you can get the seller to give some type of contributions. In this case, we can't. So I honestly had completely forgot that that was in the contract. I didn't think I had put it in there, really. But I guess just out of habit, I did. So the lender called me and she was like, hey, we haven't received receipts that this has been done. You know, I need a receipt that the yard has been manicured and that the home has been professionally cleaned. So I was like, okay. So I called the listing agent, or I emailed. So I emailed the listing agent and I was like, hey, is this going to be done, and when is it going to be done, because we need to give receipts to the lender. And this listing agent, honestly, she's been very easy to communicate with. We haven't really had any head-button issues, but for whatever reason, and also the lender asked for me and the listing agent to both provide our commission forms, right, that we get from our broker, which isn't usually what happens. Usually that's not usually what happens, but since we're both contributing funds from our commission to the buyer, they want to see it on, it's called a disbursement authorization, right? So they want to see it on the disbursement authorization from our broker to make sure that it's actually happening. So I asked her for that, and I asked her, you know, when will the seller get these things completed? And for whatever reason, she got a little snappy in the email, and she was like, can your buyer not just have it cleaned? Like, this is a short sale, it's being sold as is, and I'm already giving $1,500. And I was like, you know, like why are you getting your panties in a bunch over, you know, just sending in some documentation? So I told her, I said, hey, here's the lender's number, call her on that, why she wants the disbursement authorization. You know, she was like, well, isn't the amendment enough? Which we submitted an amendment. Both the seller and the buyer both signed it, saying, you know, me, Alexia, and the listing agent will be contributing funds to the buyer. So she had her panties in a bunch about that. And so I emailed her back, and I was like, hey, first of all, it's not my buyer that's really asking for this. She's not like being super picky about it. She clearly understands that this is a short sale and it's being sold as is, but it was in the contract, so it should be getting done. I said, if you overlooked it, right, because you overlooked that, then I can ask my seller if she will be willing to amend the contract to where we don't have to get that done. And she was like, you know, that would be greatly appreciated. Her whole tone changed in the email, right? She was like, I would greatly appreciate that, because the seller's not even here. They've already moved to Chicago and they just don't have any money to give. So we ended up amending the contract to where the cleaning and the yard manicuring doesn't have to be done. Luckily, as y'all saw, the house, it's not filthy by any means. It probably just needs, you know, a little dusting here, vacuum, mop, a little fabuloso, who knows, whatever, and it'll be good to go. So that was that. Just a small little hump, but we got that all taken care of. I believe we both submitted our disbursement authorization forms to the lender. There was one other thing she had asked for, which I don't even remember what it is at this point. But that was it. So Simone and I went and did the walkthrough like an hour ago, and everything looks good. Simone took her measurements because, you know, she wants to buy a fridge and things like that. Or she needs to buy a fridge, I should say. And just, you know, we walked the property, but there really wasn't anything to final walkthrough and check for, because there weren't any repairs or anything done. Usually the final walkthrough is to go check and see that the things that we requested in our repair amendment are completed, but we didn't have that. So we just still went to see, make sure that there wasn't anything left over from them, the sellers, you know, just you walk the property and make sure it looks good. And it looked fine for the most part. There are a few things here or there that they, you know, could have thrown away or gotten rid of, but it's all good. Hello y'all, happy President's Day. Just wanted to check in about the closing that we're supposed to be having. If y'all can see, I don't know, can y'all get a good view? There's snow in Houston, Texas right now, like a legitimate amount of snow. So we're supposed to be closing tomorrow on some, oh my Lord, look, I can't even get into the house. Supposed to be closing tomorrow on Simone's house, and one, businesses were closed today because it's President's Day. Two, they would have been closed anyway because Houston shuts down when this is a no-go for Houston, Texas. Pretty much all of Texas. I think the governor did an official, you know, emergency thing, whatever. But even tomorrow, like, I don't think the snow will be away. I don't think the snow will be gone by tomorrow. So for us to be able to close, the title company and the lender, of course, would need to be back at work to finish doing documentation and paperwork. And I don't know if that's going to happen. And Wednesday, Simone's lease at her apartment actually ends. So, just have to really wait and see. There's not much I can do. There's nobody really to contact and call because nobody's in the office. So, anyways, I'm going to go inside. It's not too cold. I think it was colder yesterday. But the snow is actually really pretty. So let me see if I can even get in my house. My gate is like frozen shut. Good morning, lovely people. So I don't even know what day it is. Say hey to Denver. Today is Wednesday, February 17th. I think it's been like maybe 2 days or so since I've last checked in. I just got an email from Title this morning that they are finally back open, back in office. So I went ahead and emailed my lender, sent her a text message too, just to see what we can do to hopefully still get this closed either tomorrow or by Friday. Simone's lease technically ends today, and when I talked to her yesterday or the day before, she said that she would probably have to extend her lease for another month because, you know, we weren't able to close, which is nobody's fault except for Texas. It's Texas fault all the way. But you know, it's just, it's out of everybody's hands, out of everybody's control. Nothing, literally nothing we can do. Y'all can see through my windows, there's still fake snow out there on the ground. It's still freezing temperatures. And the city, not even the city, Texas, the state of Texas, the infrastructure is just not built to handle this type of weather. So if you don't get it, you just don't get it. But that's just what it is. Like, we just can't handle this. So power starts going out, water lines start breaking. And yeah, so that's what we're dealing with here in Texas, but that's not what this vlog is about. So yeah, I just wanted to update y'all on that. I'm good, just in case y'all are wondering. We were without power here at my house for about 36 hours, but luckily we have gas appliances, so we were still able to cook and have hot water, and our water did not go out, luckily. So we were good on those fronts. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get Simone closed still by, I really would love for it to happen tomorrow, but I'm thinking Friday will be more realistic. And I will check in with y'all then. Oh, and then also with Alexis and Jay, when I went to show them new builds, we were talking with the builder. They had made a decision on a floor plan that they liked, but there was a little confusion between the floor plan layout on the flyer, the pamphlet thing that the sales consultant gave us. So anyways, so now they still really like this community, but none of the homes are exactly the way that they would like. So I did another search in the area that they want to be in, which is they're looking in the Energy Corridor area here in Houston, Spring Branch, which is a great area. It's like right inside the city, great area. So I looked for other homes in those areas that have everything that they're looking for criteria wise, and we found like 1 or 2 new build constructions still that have floor plans that they like. So hopefully we can try to get out and go see them as well, maybe this weekend when Texas starts to warm back up. But that's it. I just wanted to check in with y'all, you know, let y'all know what's going on. As always, the lovely world of real estate in Texas. It's crazy right now, but we're gonna get through it. All right, y'all, so Simone wanted to come take a look at the property just to make sure no pipes burst, and, you know, see if all of the energy sources were still on here, and luckily they are. Poor baby, her apartment, pipe burst in her apartment, and it's just been a tough situation, y'all. But I haven't heard back from title today. I was hoping we would be able to schedule a time to close tomorrow, but I didn't hear back from them. But everybody's done with their stuff. It was just the lender was waiting for title to email them, and we just need to schedule. So I don't really know why I didn't hear back from them today. They're pretty busy, and maybe their phone lines are down too, because I was calling and I wasn't getting any responses. So the only form of communication I could do was email. So hopefully tomorrow morning I'll hear back from them as soon as possible, and then maybe we can close tomorrow evening or Friday. But we got to get this done. Got to get it done. All right, y'all. Checking in again. Today's Thursday. And this morning I talked to title. I talked to lender. We're getting the last things together so we could schedule to close tomorrow. And then as I was just out getting some things for Simone's closing gift, I get an email from title that said she has everybody tagged on the email. Guys, update from title. We were just kicked out of the system, and the IT is saying we won't have access to the system until Monday due to the freeze. Our main office is in Dallas, Fort Worth, and they're trying their best to put us back in business ASAP. So now I'm just like, if it's not one thing, it's another. Like, that's literally been the situation all week. And honestly, I just feel horrible for Simone, and she's such a great client. But it's literally just been like at every turn, it's been something. So hopefully Monday their system will be back up and running and we will be good to go. I just want her to close on this house because one, her patience and dedication to this process has been like amazing. Such a great client to work with. But remember, y'all, this is a short sale and the bank approves things to a certain time period, right? So the bank has approved, they gave us an extension due to everything that was just going on and whatever. So they gave us an extension to the 26th. The 26th is next week Friday. So clearly we should be good by then, but it's just like, what if, who knows what else may happen? Anything could happen. And it's just like, they already said in the email that's the last extension. If they have to give us an extension, they're gonna have to send it back through processing and get it approved all over again, and nobody has time for that. Like, nobody has time for that. So real estate, y'all, that's real estate. But besides that, speaking with Alexis and Jay, we are kind of restructuring exactly what they're looking for. 3-story home, minimum of 4 bedrooms. They were okay with 3 at first, and then they feel like now that they're going to quickly grow out of a 3-bedroom home. They just had a baby, so completely understand. And of course the man of the house also wants to have his man cave area, so a 3-bedroom home just isn't gonna cut it. So now I'm out, well, not out, so I found some new construction that offer the 3 stories with 4 bedrooms like they are wanting, or just like 4 dedicated room spaces besides, you know, your living and kitchen, like either 3 bedrooms and a game room, or just a total of 4 bedrooms, whatever it may be. A flex space, activity rooms, you know, they come up with all kind of names for these rooms nowadays, but 4 spaces, because technically if it's a bedroom it has to have a closet, and they don't necessarily need actual 3 actual bedrooms, they just need 4 spaces. Got it. So we found 3 other new build neighborhoods or communities that we're gonna go take a look at on Saturday, I believe. And then my dog tiptoeing around, y'all. And then also I'm going to see if there's any resale homes that are available as well. Very new resale homes. So it's 2021 now, so I probably won't go past like 2017, 2018, because they do not want to do anything. They just want to move in and it be completely ready. But I just want to, you know, see all of our options. So that's what I'm going to work on now, and just pray. just pray, right? That's all we can do. Hello everybody, we have made it to Monday. Houston is bright and hot outside. Well, it's not really hot, it's like 60 degrees, but the sun is shining. Polar opposite of last week, but that's Houston. So as soon as it hit 8 o'clock, 9 a.m., whatever time it was, I emailed title, I emailed the lenders, and I was like, okay, update me, what's going on, what do we need to get done. Title is up, back and running. Lending is closing out their final closing documents to send it to title. So it's like, okay, cool. So we may be able to close later on this evening, or just maybe, you know, early tomorrow or something. And then title sends me an email like a few minutes ago and was like, you know what, let me go get the email, let me read it to y'all. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. I'm freaking out. Like, I need a second. So, just, I didn't even tell y'all what happened. So the lender sends me, it's 12:09 right now. The lender sends me an email at 11:14 and says, hey, please read urgent message we received today. We cannot close or fund until we receive the pictures of the property. Can you run out there ASAP and send me the pictures? So I was like, yeah, I can go out there. The house is like maybe 30 minutes away from me. So I was, you know, just gonna run out there, take some pictures, send them to her, let her send them to whoever, and get this thing closed. And then 11:39, while I was talking to y'all, and then my brain is everywhere. I just keep getting these text messages. Sorry, y'all. Then she sends back at 11:39 and says, so sorry, we just received another notice that the appraiser will have to go back out to verify there is no damage to the property. We are ordering the appraisal right now. I'm so sorry, but I don't have control over FEMA and what is now required. So, got that email. Text messages from Simone with like crying tear face, because this is stressful. Called the listing agent, you know, to notify her, because, you know, everybody isn't as attached to their devices as I am. Like, I read my emails immediately, she does not. So I called her to bring her up to date. So she's the one that's gonna have to reach out to the bank, because remember, y'all, this is the short sale that I'm talking about. So they gave us until the 26th of this month, which is this Friday, to get this thing closed. You know, they've given us, I think, 2 extensions. So now we really don't know how long it may take an appraiser to go out and even get the appraisal back to us, or the photos. Like, you know, it's just a process. Everything is a process. It's a frustrating process, but it's a process. I told her, I was like, you know, go ahead and email the bank and explain the situation to them and ask for another extension. Usually they don't give this many extensions. Seeing as this is a statewide thing, you know, the government sent out FEMA. Now FEMA's, you know, sending down the law, and this is just what has to be done. It's not only, you know, clearly it's not just our transaction going through this. This is going to be for every real estate transaction in 77 counties that have declared emergency. that is going to have to go through this process. And that's, you know, buying new homes, even that's buying new homes or refinancing anything that was supposed to be closing within this week or last week since since crazy winter storm came through here, is all going to have to go through this process. So it's just really it's going to be a horrible trickle effect. But I'm just like, come on, please. Please. Shoot, I need to go ahead and call. Oh, I'm sure my mother knows. My mother, y'all know she's a real estate agent too. She out in Lake Tahoe enjoying her best winter life. My brother is currently buying a house, and he had damaged his house. She had a few clients that had some damage, so let me update her, y'all. And let's just, y'all, say a prayer with me, please. Guys, I just got an email from the lender that the head guys at her company that she works for, they're gonna let us close and just submit everything else after the fact. Best news I've heard all day, all week, in like 2 weeks. Sorry. Anyways, y'all, I'm literally in the middle of doing a photo shoot, and I just wanted to let y'all know, because that's exciting news. Thank God. We're not closing today. We're not closing today. After I got the email from the lender that we were, yay, we can close, the lender is going to make an exception and, you know, allow us to turn in the documents after. Now, I emailed title, text the listing agent, was like, hey, here's the update. Can we get this done today? We still can't get it done today because now the bank, they made some changes to the final CD, I guess. And now the bank has to review it and approve it. Which, of course, this is a short sale, like I've been saying this entire time. And the bank may not be in a rush. So, that's where we're at. Hey, y'all, hey. So this is the part of the video where I attempt to recap what happened at the last week of closing out on Simone's property. It's been like 2 weeks since we closed, and I'm just now getting to updating the vlog. Forgive me if I forget a lot of things. So it boiled down to, so it boiled down to the last week that we were really just trying to get this closed because, reminder, Simone was in an apartment lease that was supposed to end mid-February. So every time we had a delay and our closing was past due, she was having to extend her lease. Basically, she was doing it week by week because our closing date was really just up in the air. And so that was costing her money, and we had damage to her apartment during snowvid. So, you know, that stress on her was just making me feel horrible, which of course is out of my control, but you know, you feel bad. You know, I'm just one of those people, I feel bad. So I ended up having to go back to the Friendly Skies to fly, because y'all know I'm also a flight attendant. And so I'm literally on the planes, sending emails, trying to get documents signed, trying to get all of this done. So what it boiled down to was, it took us an extremely long time. Well, it took the HOA at the property that Simone was purchasing a very long time to send documentation. So because this was a short sale, hold on y'all, my dog wants to go out. Go. So because this was a short sale, which means, you know, this person was not able to continue paying their mortgage, which means they probably weren't paying their HOA. So they had tons of past due HOA fees and things of this nature, right? But it just took the title company a long time to get the documentation. Why, I don't know. I feel like they dropped the ball on it, but who really knows at this point in time? Like, we're closed now. But somebody dropped the ball somewhere, right? Because Simone paid the fee. Simone paid the fee. We had to get her to pay the fee for the HOA to release the documentation and record of fees and things of that we needed. You have to pay them to release documents, right? Right. So when we got the release of those documents, there was like an additional almost, I want to say $2,800 or something that the seller did not pay the HOA. And at this point in time, the lender that Simone was working with, someone that I referred her to, had already sent out her final closing documents, what her final number would be that she needed to bring to the closing table, all of that. It was like $6,000 and some change. So once they got the final HOA fees, you know, they tried to put that 2,000 plus whatever dollars on the seller side, and they sent that CD approval to the bank who approved the short sale. And so every document that you sign and do, you have to send it to the bank for them to give the final say-so approval and say yes. So once we got those fees and said, okay, well, we're going to put this on the seller's side for the seller to pay this at the closing, sent that to the bank. The bank said no. The bank said the seller side had to exactly net $0, y'all. So title company calls me and they were like, well, we're gonna have to put this on the buyer side. And I'm like, hold up. You're telling me that you want my buyer to pay $2,000 plus in HOA fees when she never even lived in the house at that point in time? Like, that's crazy. And it's like, my anger was really towards nobody, because like I said, this is out of both parties' control. So it took us a couple of days, 1, 2, or 3 days, to balance out the final amounts that the seller was going to have to pay and what Simone was going to have to pay. Remember, the bank will only allow the seller to pay nothing. They couldn't receive any money and they couldn't owe any money, right? They had to net exactly $0. And for me, you know, it's my job to advocate for my client. And I'm like, well, why should she have to come up with that amount of money? So long story short, what we ended up doing, the title company removed some of their fees that they had on their side, and then myself and the listing agent cut back our commission to kind of help balance out what Simone was owing and making sure that the seller was netting $0. So that is a lot of what happened in the simplest and shortest way that I can explain this to y'all, right? So, whew, we got it done. We got it closed. Thank the heavens. About 3 or so weeks late, but it happened. I was really sad because I couldn't be there at the physical closing. I've never missed a closing for any of my clients, and Simone was the first one. And I was really sad about it, y'all, because you know, for one, like, we went through this together. It was months of just, you know, trying to stay positive and getting to the next step and just getting to the next step. And then I couldn't be present for her. But mommy went. Insert a picture right here, so y'all can see. I text her. I was on the plane and I was like, hey, because they text me. Oh, and that was the other thing. So it was right at the end of February, you know, 28-day month February, and it was like 2 days before, or it was the day before the last day of the month. And if we would have rolled over to the next month, it would have been more fees, because proration would have changed, simply because now we're starting in a new month. And I was like, we can't do that. Like, I'm fighting tooth and nail to get this thing closed. I'm emailing and texting everybody. Hey, are you sending this? Hey, are you doing this? Hey, are you doing this? I know I was getting on people's nerves, but I could care less. So literally they text me that morning, like, well, not even that morning, I think like around 1 o'clock, noonish, to somewhere between noon and 2 p.m. I got the email. I was like, okay, we can close, we're good. The bank said yes. We were waiting for that final yes from the bank. Once we had zeroed out the seller's net, once we had netted $0 for the seller, we sent the document to the bank. I had the listing agent calling the bank, begging for them to do just a quick approval. You know, just everybody doing everything that we can to just get this closed. So somewhere between noon and 2 p.m. I got the, hey, we're clear to close. I text Simone. I said, can you get off work? Are you at work? I didn't even know where she was. I was like, but you got to get this thing closed today. Like, you got to get there today. And you know, title companies close at 5 p.m. y'all. So we only had a couple of hours. And then I text my mom. I was like, Mom, you know, I'm on the plane, I can't be there, can you go? And luckily she was in the area, which is nowhere close to where we live at all, of where this closing was going to be held. She went to go get her COVID-19 vaccination. Anyways, so that location just happened to be really close to where that title company was. So she showed up for Simone, and I was just so thankful, so thankful. Mommy mentor always showing up for me. Thank God for her, y'all. But yeah, y'all, that's it. That's really it this time. We got her clothes. She's into her house. I went and brought her her closing gift the other day. She told me she went out and bought a new car after she closed, so she's all happy. She said she doesn't have any regrets. She's excited about her choice of house. She's in the neighborhood that she wanted to be in, which is a great neighborhood. And yeah, and we're happy. All right, y'all, since I missed Simone's closing because I was working, of course I still want to deliver her closing gift. So let's go drop this off.
Oh, look how cute these
So
are.
I mean, we were supposed to be closing for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So that's the Valentine's Day collection from Forever Mood. They smell so
Smells
good.
so good, and they're so pretty.
So good.
Oh, I was just about to buy some lights, some LED lights.
So those are the smart LED lights, so you can connect them to your phone.
Alexa.
There you got the Alexa.
Oh my gosh. She's gonna have a friend.
And those are plug-ins, so you can, the smart plug-ins. So everything can be all smart.
That's my
Isn't that cute?
Look at my smart lock. I'm gonna install it myself.
Oh goodness.
Line. Yes, this is for
And-
the fridge, the new fridge that they delivered today.
Oh,
This is going right in there right now.
awesome. Ooh, and next to the crown, I see that. Oh, yay. You're welcome. And then this basket is like, it's a good basket, so
Yes, I'm
repurpose that for whatever. Yay.
spoiled.
Just happy all of it ended up working out. But to update y'all on Miss Francis, the new construction house that I got under contract, the lady that lives in New York, and her son and I went out house shopping, blah blah. Anyways, that client, I went to the new construction community today with a different client, but I just also wanted to check on the status of her progress and everything like that. When I tell you, home prices in Houston are rising quickly. We just put that contract in early February, I believe, and at $225 on a premium lot. Currently right now, that same floor plan on a regular lot is $25,000 more base sales price, y'all. It's crazy. I mean, I've been out home shopping for the past couple of days, and everywhere I go to, there's no inventory for resale homes, like hardly anything. And then even new construction, like the second they have lots available, they're selling. Wait lists are like long, however long I can get in this camera view. Wait lists for people just wanting, lots and houses are just, it's out of control. It's out of control. But I guess in the best way possible, right? Although prices are going up, that's great. So if you're ready to sell your house, if you're really ready to sell your house, if you've been, contemplating, this is definitely the time, because equity is there. Sell that house and go get you something else. All right, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this vlog. I'm gonna do another one for the month of March. Y'all probably won't see it till May, because that's just how I don't have time to edit anymore, but I'm gonna find the time. But I'm definitely gonna just try to keep updating y'all with my real estate life, how things are going, and just sharing my knowledge like I like to do. Anyways, if y'all know anybody in the Houston area or Dallas, I've been doing a lot of leases in Dallas too. You know anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or lease, send them my way. Until next time, make sure you subscribe, like, and share. Bye.